Today, we're going to put on our detective hats and solve a mystery that pretty much everyone deals with, the case of the disappearing cash. So grab your magnifying glass, let's get right to it. You know how it is, right? Does it ever feel like your money just evaporates? Payday hits your account, you pay the rent, the car payment, all the big stuff, and then somehow there's not much left. And you're kind of scratching your head wondering where it all went. It's such a common feeling. But here's the thing. That money isn't just vanishing. It's leaking.
And look, we are not talking about a few bucks here and there. Studies actually show that the average person has somewhere between $200 and $500 in, let's call it mystery spending every single month. That's potentially thousands of dollars a year just seeping out of your budget completely unnoticed.
So what exactly is a money leak? Well, think of it like this. Imagine your bathtub has a tiny, slow leak. At first, you barely even notice the drip. Drip, drip. But if you walk away and come back hours later, you'll see the water level has dropped a lot. That is exactly what these small, sneaky expenses are doing to your bank account. All right, so every good detective story starts with profiling the suspects. In the case of our missing money, there are a few usual culprits that show up again and again. Let's go ahead and identify them. Okay, let's look at this lineup of usual suspects. First up, this sneaky one, forgotten subscriptions. You know, that free trial that quietly converted to a paid plan, or that streaming service you haven't logged into for 6 months. Then there's food waste and those impulse takeout orders. Convenient spending is another huge one. Things like ATM fees or paying extra for delivery. And maybe the most devious of them all, the "it's just" purchases.
And this right here, this is the danger of that "it's just" thinking. On the left, you see the thought process. It's just a $5 coffee. Seems totally harmless, right? But now look at the reality on the right. That tiny little daily habit, it balloons into over $1,800 a year. This is how money leaks get you. They hide in plain sight.
So you might be wondering, how do we not see this happening? Well, it's because, quite simply, we can't trust ourselves. Our memory of what we spend is actually terrible. We consistently, and I mean consistently, underestimate it by a whopping 30 to 50%. That's why a formal investigation is really the only way to find out the truth.
Okay, so we've identified the suspects. Now it's time to actually start the investigation. Our number one tool for this case is what we'll call the 3-month statement review. This is where we gather the hard evidence and see exactly where the money has been going. And you know what? Cracking this case is way easier than you think. First, you're going to gather your evidence. That's 3 months of your bank and credit card statements. Then you interrogate every single line. Seriously, one by one. Ask yourself the tough questions. Was this actually necessary? Was it worth it? Is this going to happen again next month? Go ahead and tag any evidence. Highlight anything that's surprising or that you totally forgot about. And finally, calculate the damage. Add it all up. This is how you find the truth.
All right, you've done the detective work, you've interrogated the evidence, and now it's time for the big reveal. This is where we uncover the true financial impact of all those little leaks combined.
Just look at this for a second. A $15 subscription, a daily coffee habit, a weekly impulse buy at the store, maybe an accidental late fee. On their own, they don't seem like that big of a deal. But when you put them all together, wow, that's nearly $3,000 leaked over the course of a year. The key here is that these tiny, separate leaks compound into something huge.
And that $2,800, that's not just a number on a screen. That's a vacation. That's a huge chunk of debt paid off. For a lot of people, that's a fully funded emergency fund. See, when you plug your money leaks, you're not actually restricting yourself. You are literally finding money you already earned but didn't even know you had. It's like finding free money.
Okay, are you feeling motivated? Because you don't have to wait to start solving your own case. You can start right now with a super simple 20-minute micro mission.
Here's the mission, and it's so easy. Just pull up your last bank statement. Not 3 months, just the most recent one. And you don't even have to look at the whole thing. Just review the first week. Your only goal is to find at least 3 transactions that you either don't remember or that make you go, what's that? Just write them down. That's it. That's your first clue.
And really, this is what it all boils down to. This whole audit, this investigation, it isn't about restriction. It's about discovery. It's about this simple truth. Finding your money leaks is the absolute fastest way to find money you didn't even know you had. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Once you complete your investigation, once you become the detective of your own finances and you've recovered that lost cash, the only question left to answer is, what are you going to do with all the money you find?